Om. 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 शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। Hari Om. A very blissful morning to every one of you. Welcome to this beautiful, gorgeous, most auspicious, the most divine temple which is within our own selves. My loving pranams at the divine lotus feet of my Guru, Papa Swami Ramdas of Anandashram, Kanjangad, Kerala, and my beloved parents. We are trying to understand the meaning of Upadesha Sara, composed by BHAGAVAN RAMANA Maharshi. Let us offer our salutations to Maharshi and then start today's session. Neelaravinda Sugrida Sadrisham Prasade Tulyam Tatha Maghasi Toyajabandhavena Brahmyam Stitau Tu Pitaram Vatamoolavasam Samsmarayantam Achalam Tamanusmaramaha. The essence of all the Upanishads, essence of 700 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita is given in 30 shlokas by Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi for our sake. The first 6 shlokas are about Karma Yoga. 7, 8, 9, 3 shlokas are about Bhakti Yoga or Upasana Yoga. 10, 11, 12. 10 is a general one. 11 and 12 are Ashtanga Yoga. And 13 onwards, 13, 14, 15, Introduction to Jnana Yoga. And the rest 15 shlokas, 16 onwards, Jnana Yoga. So a lot of importance is given to Jnana Yoga. The first Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga are called as the preparatory system. They are making us ready for the Jnana Yoga. All of them are needed for all of us. He has talked about the 3 types of karmas: Kaika, bodily karma; Vachika, through our words; and Manasika karma, through our mind, mental activities. He said that the puja that we perform using our body is good, but better than that is through the words. Better than that is through the mind. So he elaborated on the puja that we perform through our body. Then he talked about through the words, that is japa. Praising the Lord using different kinds of stotras, stutis are good. Better than that is chanting of his name, or we call this as nama japa. Just picking up one name and chanting that loudly is better than praising the Lord either through bhajans or any other stotras. Then better than loud chanting is slow chanting. Better than slow chanting is the mental chanting. This is the best among the japas. Then he talks about the manasa karma or the mental activities that we perform in the 7th shloka. He talks about the quality of our chintana, how it should be, dhyana. Ajyadharaya srotasa samam. If at all you pour ghee, liquid ghee, not the thick one, from one vessel to another vessel, it flows continuously. Other example given is srotasa, the river water. How it flows continuously without any effort. Nobody is pushing that water, but it is flowing continuously. So he compares this with Sarala Chintana. Sarala Chintana is continuous meditation, non-stop meditation without any gaps. So he says Sarala Chintana is better than Virala Chintana. Virala Chintana is meditating with gap. For example, if we sit for meditation for half an hour, in this half an hour, we would have meditated probably for 2 or 3 minutes. And the rest of the time, the mind was wandering. So there is gap between the focusing. So this is called as Virala Chintana. All of us must start with the Virala Chintana only. Everybody has to start with the Virala Chintana. One cannot meditate continuously. That is, Sarala Chintana cannot happen initially. So all of us are supposed to start with Virala Chintana. As we keep practicing, Sarala Chintana will happen. So in the 8th shloka, he talks about the content of meditation. 7th one is quality of meditation, how it should be. Whereas the 8th shloka, he talks about the content. What should be the content of the meditation? What should you focus on? There should be something to focus on. He says in the 8th shloka, Bheda Bhavanat Sohamityaso. Initially, we meditate on some particular devata, Ishta devata with Rupa, Nama, Guna. Because that becomes easier for us. Since we have formed a particular Rupa for our Ishta devata, for example, Lalita, goddess Lalita. As it is described in the first few shlokas or in the Dhyana shloka, how she appears. Description about her appearance is given. So if we understand the meaning of those shloka, then we start visualizing that she is sitting in front of me, wearing this kind of ornaments, this kind of dress, etc. So we start visualizing. Because when we see some form in front of us, maybe visualizing, then we are able to focus. This kind of meditation is with the Bheda Bhavana. That is, God is different from me. This is called Dvaita. Two. There is Paramatma, there is Jivatma. Two different entities. Once again, initially we are all supposed to meditate in this way. But better than that is Soham iti. Saha aham. He is me, I am he. This is Advaita. No two. There is only one. He and me are one, or Aham Brahmasmi concept. When we meditate on Saguna, it is Dvaita, or we call this as Nirvikalpa Upasana. Savikalpa Upasana. When it is Aham Brahmasmi, this kind of Tattva principle, Advaita principle, then we call this as Nirvikalpa Upasana. We must understand here, we have not got that knowledge yet. Aham Brahmasmi, knowledge is not there yet. We are simply visualizing. So this is Nirvikalpa Upasana. Not that jnana yet. But still, he says you must start trying. Initially, meditate with the Bheda Bhavana or Dvaita Tattva. Then, slowly move towards Advaita principle, which is Aham Brahmasmi concept. Not at all easy, but we must try. We must trust Bhagavan's words over here, and he says, Bheda Bhavanat Soham Ityasau Saha Soham, I am he. This kind of meditation is better than the meditation with Bheda Bhavana. Then, Bhavanabhida Pavani Mata. He says, this is the sacred one. Most sacred is this. This kind of meditation is extremely sacred. This is my opinion. Please understand that. He is never compelling us, never forcing us to do this. This is my opinion, he says. Just like how Bhagavan Sri Krishna says so in Bhagavad Gita. In the 18th chapter, he tells Arjuna, I have explained about all these. Now Arjuna, it is up to you. Whatever you feel like doing, you please proceed. In the same way, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also says, this is my opinion. This is the sacred one. Let us see what he says in the 9th shloka. Bhava shunya sad bhava susthiti bhavana balad bhakti ruttama. Once again, one more shloka about bhakti yoga or upasana yoga. Bhava shunya sadbhava susthiti. Bhava shunya. Here bhava has got different meanings. The first one is Bheda bhava. You are different from me. That kind of bhava should become shunya, zero, which means there is no differentiation. This is one meaning. Second meaning is bhava is thought. Any kind of thought. Thought should become zero. No thoughts at all. The third meaning is thought means doubts. We listen to so many satsangas or read some books, and at that moment we feel, oh, it's very easy. Then we contemplate on it. Then we start getting doubts. Oh, in that book it is said in the other way. How is this possible? So we get some doubts. Then we are supposed to clear our doubts. And when the intellect has become strong, intellect is now convinced, yes, this is correct. When it becomes strong, then Nididhyasana becomes easier. Nididhyasana is applying it, implementing those concepts in our daily activities, day-to-day activities. When the understanding is clear, Nididhyasana becomes easier. Implementation becomes easier. It is so in not only in this kind of activities, our day-to-day activities. For example, if I know the recipe of a particular dish and I have done it many times, then I am confident. I know exactly how to do. If I do this way, what happens? If I do another way, what happens? I have a clear understanding. Then I am confident of preparing that dish. Take the example of some students. When they have the clear understanding of the concept, they are confident about themselves in writing the exams. Otherwise, hesitation is there. When the understanding is not clear, we hesitate. We are not sure about what will happen. In the same way here, when the intellect is convinced that yes, this is the right thing, then implementation becomes easier. So first and foremost, Shravana. Shravana is not only listening, grasping things, either through books or listening or seeing, whatever it is. Grasping some ideas through Shravana. Then Manana. Manana is contemplating on that particular principle which we just learnt. Whatever the principle is, concept is. Then implementing that concept in our lives. So it is said that Shravanena Ajnana Nivritti. That jnana was not there. Now I got that jnana, which means ajnana is not there. So Shravanena Ajnana Nivritti. Mananena Samshaya Nivritti. As we keep contemplating, we get doubts, and those doubts also will be clarified. Then Nidhi Dhyasanena Vasana Nivritti. Vasana, the samskaras. We have been carrying a big load of samskaras with us. We have come here to make it zero. But unfortunately, we are adding more and more vasanas. Any action that we perform, any word that we speak, any thought that we entertain, all these create vasanas. So by understanding the concept and with the conviction, when we apply those in our daily lives, then vasana also is not there. We are not collecting vasanas. So here bhavashunya is no doubts at all or clear understanding. Then sadbhava susthiti. Sadbhava is nirvikalpa upasana. That aham brahmasmi, this concept is being used. Being in that particular state. Sadbhava susthiti. That kind of sthiti is susthiti. The best state. Susthiti. Then he says, bhavana balat bhaktiruttama. Here bhavana is meditation. When we meditate, we become stronger and stronger. As I said just now, when the understanding is clear, we get that confidence. That is bala. Bhavana balat. What kind of bhavana? The clear understanding. With this clear understanding, when we meditate, we get stronger and stronger, and then he says, this is Uttama Bhakti. For us, Bhakti is going to the temple, doing some pradakshina, performing puja. We say that I am very devoted. I am a devotee of this God, that God, this Swamiji, that Swamiji, this ashrama, that mutt. Here he says, what is Uttama Bhakti? What is the greatest devotion? What is it? Without any differentiation, with the clear understanding of Aham Brahmasmi, you start, even if the understanding is not clear, start doing it. Assuming that you and me are one. Initially, it has to be done with the differentiation or discrimination only. And later, as we keep progressing, we come to this level and the understanding becomes very clear. He says, this is the best kind of bhakti or uttama bhakti. Otherwise, there is tug of war. Mind and intellect keep on fighting with each other. Mind says one thing and intellect says something else. So Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is extremely important, whichever topic it is. Even if it is a topic about something about the worldly affairs. At that moment we may understand. Then we get doubt. Only when the doubt is cleared, we are able to implement it in the right way. All of us know that we should not tell lies. But still we tell lies. And we justify. Oh, this is very small one. Nothing is going to happen. So it's okay. That is why I told this lie. Because the understanding is not yet clear for us. Even though we want to be truthful, to say only the truth, many times we tell lies. Why does it happen so? Because for millions of our births, we have been doing it. So we justify. Why I said that lie, that justification is also there. And we pat ourselves. So it is important for us to understand, and in case any doubts are there, we are supposed to clear. So he says this kind of Nirvikalpa Upasana or Advaita Upasana is the best type of bhakti or upasana. Let us see what he says in the next shloka, 10th shloka. 7, 8, 9 are about Upasana Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. 1 to 6 Karma Yoga. Now the next one, 10, 11, 12. 10th is the general one. 11 and 12 are Ashtanga Yoga. Hristale mana swasthata kriya Bhakti Yoga bodhascha nishchitam. Hristale mana swasthata. Manas should be residing in Hrit. Hrit is Hridaya or heart. He is not talking about the physical organ heart. As all of us know, physical organ heart is on the left side of our chest. But as far as spirituality is concerned, spiritual heart is on the right side of the chest. In case we are talking about ourselves, we pat on the right side of the chest. We don't pat on the left side and say, I am like this. You ask any child, what is your name? The child pats on the right side of the chest and says, my name is so and so. I am this. So it is on the right side. Hrit sthale mana. Here it is not about the right or left or so. What I am saying is it is not about the organ as such. But here Hrit is that Atma. The aim of all these different paths, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga and Jnana Yoga. The aim of all these different paths are same. What is that? Atmanishtha. Residing in the core of our personality. Which is that consciousness. Hritsthale mana swasthata. Swastha. Stha means residing. So we use the word sthala. The place where reside, that sthala. So here he says swastha. Swa is oneself. Manas should be residing in oneself with S capital. That is the consciousness or Atma. He says Kriya. Kriya is Karma Yoga. Bhakti. Bhakti Yoga. Next, the third one is Yoga. Yoga is Ashtanga Yoga. And the last one is Bodha. Bodha means Jnana Yoga. Nishchitam. The aim of all these 4 paths, which look like different, they are all different paths. They are all interrelated paths, but they look parallel paths. They are not parallel. The aim of all these paths is only one. Hritstale mana swasthata. Abiding by oneself. Abiding in the truth with the T capital. Abiding in oneself. The final aim is the same. But Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga are all called preparatory systems. Unless the mind is prepared, we cannot achieve it. Attain that Atma Sakshatkara, Paramatma Sakshatkara, whatever name we give. Karma Yoga prepares the mind, makes the mind purer and purer. Then we have learnt about Upasana Yoga. You are able to focus the mind. Mind is becoming stronger and stronger. Able to focus. Ashtanga Yoga. Manas becomes quiet. Mind becomes quiet. Through Karma Yoga it becomes pure. Helps to become quiet. But Ashtanga Yoga makes the mind quiet. When the mind is pure and quiet and focused, only then we can become that Atmanishtha, reside in oneself. When Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was there was a devotee from Andhra Pradesh by name G.V. Subbaramaya. He used to come there and stay for months together. Once he brought his 2 daughters, Lalita and Indira. Indira was 5-6 years old. One day some devotee asked Bhagavan about this kind of Brahmasmi concept or dhyana or something. So Bhagavan made them all sit quietly, like meditating. There were many devotees. All were sitting quietly. This child, Indira, a child of 5-6 years old cannot sit quietly. Kept on doing something. She used to call Bhagavan as Tata. There was Bhagavan's walking stick. So she took that and did tuck, 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 tuck sound she did. And pulled some other items which were kept there. And made some sound. Then slowly Bhagavan asked her, Amma, what are you doing? She immediately turned to Bhagavan and said, Tata, I am not doing anything. I am keeping quiet. She said this, I am not doing anything. I am keeping quiet. I am silent. Immediately Bhagavan smiled and told the devotees, this is how one should lead a life. People did not understand. What does it mean? See, she is doing so many things. She is busy with so many activities. Pulling this thing, that thing, etc. Making some noise. But she says, I am not doing anything. I am quiet. This is how you should be. Do all your activities in the world. Whatever you are supposed to do, do them all. But you must be quiet. Quiet in the sense not that we should not talk. Heart of hearts, I am not the one who is doing anything. So Bhagavan was explaining this particular concept through Indira's actions and words. Tata, I am not doing anything. I am keeping quiet. I am silent. Because Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi always used to advise people, Chumma be silent. Not easy, but he used to advise that. The same thing this girl has picked up and said that I am not doing anything. I am silent. I am keeping quiet. After a few days, when Bhagavan was sitting on his couch sofa, she pulled out one big book. The book was in Sanskrit language. She did not know to read Samskrita. She brought the big book, heavy book, and opened a page. And particular line she pointed to Bhagavan and asked Bhagavan, Tata, what is this? What does this line say, Tata? She questioned Maharshi. He took the book and looked at that line. He said, Deham Naham Koham Soham is the line that you are pointing to. What is it, Tata? Deham Naham Koham Soham. She asked, what does it mean, Tata? So Bhagavan started explaining to her. He asked her, what are you wearing? He pointed to her dress. This is skirt or frock. Is that you? Oh no, Tata, this is my frock, Tata. I am not that. Okay. Then he pointed at her earrings. What is this? Oh, they are my earrings, Tata. Is it you? No, they are mine. They are my earrings, Tata. I am not these earrings. So he smiled and said, in the same way, he pointed to our body and said that this is not you. This is yours, but this is not you. That is what is given here. Deham naham. Deha na aham. I am not this body. Then koham. Who am I? Soham. Saha. I am that God. So she started smiling. Then he said, you keep on saying this. So she started by hearting it there itself. Deham, naham, soham, koham. Small child. She had so much of trust in Bhagavan's words. So she said, yes, I will keep chanting this. Just then, there was a devotee by name Vishwanatha Swami. He smiled at Bhagavan and said, Bhagavan, she is a child. What will she understand, Bhagavan? So Bhagavan smiled at Vishwanatha Swami and said, oh, you are very intelligent. You can understand. Isn't it? You have understood, right? So then this Vishwanatha Swami kept quiet. Doesn't mean that if you are old, you are able to understand and a child cannot understand, isn't it? So Bhagavan simply gave back in a very nice way. Oh, you are very intelligent. You have understood everything, isn't it? So he kept quiet. This child, Indra promised Bhagavan, I will keep on chanting this Bhagavan, Tata. Just before after a few days, she left for her house, hometown Andhra Pradesh. Before leaving also, she came to her Tata and promised Tata, Tata, I will chant this. And she said that, I got it, Tata. Bhagavan simply smiled and said, okay. After she went back to her place, she kept on chanting that. Within 3-4 months, she died. She passed away. And her father, G.V. Subbaramaya, he built a samadhi for her. When any Tom, Dick and Harry dies, we do not construct a samadhi. We don't build a samadhi. You know for whom samadhi is built? Only for people who attain moksha. So that father felt that my daughter has attained that moksha. So he built samadhi for her, and he wrote a letter also to Bhagavan. I am building a samadhi for my daughter. Till the last minute, she kept on chanting the Upadesha that you gave her. After reading that letter, Bhagavan also nodded his head in acceptance of it. So probably for that child who was probably a great yogi in the previous birth, just this was needed. This Upadesha or blessing of Bhagavan was needed to complete her journey. A great lesson for all of us from this small child, that Deham Naham Koham Soham, just by chanting that, how she attained it by the blessing of Bhagavan. So in various ways, he used to teach people. He never discriminated between children, old people, between gender also, whether females or males, or animals or plants. Everybody was treated equally by Bhagavan. This is the level one reaches when we have this kind of samadarshana, because of that status, that state they have reached. Let us see the next shloka. Shloka number 11, which is from about Ashtanga Yoga. 11 and 12 are Ashtanga Yoga. Vayurodhana liyate mana jalapakshiva-drodha sadhanam. Now our aim is to quiet the mind. Mind has to become quiet. According to Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, Ashta Anga, 8 limbs are there. One of the limbs is pranayama. Yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. These are the 8 limbs of Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. 4th one is pranayama. So he is talking about pranayama here to quieten the mind. Vayurodhanat liyate manaha. Vayu is prana. Breath. Rodhana, regulating or controlling. Controlling this breath. Mana can be controlled. Manas can be controlled by controlling the breath. Jalapakshivat rodha sadhanam. To control the mind, quieten the mind, this is one of the ways. But the problem is jalapakshivat rodha. Rodha means nigraha, control. What does he say here? Jalapakshi. Jala is net. A bird which is free to fly anywhere. Now imagine that we have put a net on that bird. So what happens? The bird is not able to fly freely. It may flutter for some time. Then it understands that, oh, I am not able to fly. Let me simply sit quietly. In the same way, when we do pranayama, controlling the breath, the mind also becomes quiet. Just like the bird which is under the net becomes quiet, the mind also becomes quiet when we do pranayama. That is why we are all advised to do pranayama at least for a few minutes in a day. There are different types of pranayama. We are not worried about different types here. It's only about taking the deep breath. We call this as puraka. Inhalation with a deep breath, and then if possible holding it for some time. This is called as kumbhaka. And then exhaling, which is called as rechaka. It's a Sanskrita word, that's all. Now most of us think that, oh, I have become old. I cannot do all this because they say that you have to sit in Padmasana. I can't even sit down. Forget about the question of Padmasana. I have to sit on the chair. Please understand that we are not talking about the bending of the body. We are talking about bending our own mind. How to control the mind? To control the mind, we are trying it by controlling our breath. Breathing happens automatically. Involuntarily, it goes on. But this kind of prana ayama, controlling it, is much better than involuntarily breathing. So any time of the day, except when the stomach is full. Even while lying down, we can do this. Take deep breath, hold it for some time, and then release it. Again, take deep breath, hold it for some time, if possible only. Let us not struggle. Only if possible, hold it for some time and then release, exhale. Anyway, we are doing it involuntarily. Now voluntarily, with focus, we are trying to do it. And if it is done with the help of Nama Japa, if possible, loud chanting, but he has already said that mental chanting is the best. So let us try to do at least for 2 minutes a day pranayama with mental chanting, any nama. Mentally we can chant, and deep inhalation and deep exhalation in between, if possible, pausing for some time, if possible only. Let us not struggle. Most of us have become old, not able to sit down, doesn't matter. Any asana is okay. Sitting on the chair also is okay. Definitely okay. So old people need not worry about it. As I said, we need not learn different asanas. Sukhasana, whichever asana is comfortable for us, let us sit in that asana and try to do this pranayama, because that is advised by Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, who says that Vayurodhanat liyate mana. Mana becomes quiet by controlling and regulating the breath. But the problem is, it is like keeping a bird under a net. Temporarily, mind becomes quiet. What happens if I lift the net now? All of us know. The bird which is in a net, caught under the net, comes to know that no net is there now, immediately it flies. That means back to the original state. Same thing will happen to us too. This is the drawback. The moment we stop pranayama, mind will fly back to the worldly things. But at least while doing pranayama, it was quiet. Again, pranayama does not mean only breathing. Try to focus on the breath. When we focus on the breath, inhalation, exhalation, if we focus on that, then mind becomes quiet, because it has a work over here now. Mind is not able to go to the external world, because it is busy focusing on the breath. At least while doing pranayama, mind is focused on the breath, which means it is quiet. Otherwise, so many thoughts attack us. So many different thoughts. Mind is not quiet. Mind may be pure, but still it has not become quiet. That is why pranayama is needed. Slowly it is become quiet for 2 minutes when I am doing pranayama. Slowly it becomes a big practice. Now the mind gets used to it. And mind feels, oh, when I am quiet, I feel happy. Otherwise, one after the other, thoughts are attacking me. I am anxious. There are two things that we can focus on. One is the world, worldly affairs, and the other one is God. We must observe that when the focus is on the worldly affairs, mind is always anxious. What will happen? What will happen? What if it doesn't happen? What if this happens? We are always under tension, under pressure. When the mind is focused on God or God's attributes, love, then the mind is peaceful. If the mind is focused on worldly thoughts, then we must understand, we must conclude that my mind is interested only in worldly affairs. If the mind is focusing on God thoughts, then we must conclude that, wow, I am loving God. My love for God is more than the love for world. If at all we feel that my love for world is more than love for God, we should try to withdraw ourselves from the world. Try to withdraw as much as possible. At least people like us who have gone beyond 50, age of 50, time for us to withdraw from the world and get attached to God thoughts. He says, like Jalapakshi, the bird which is caught under the net, pranayama can control the mind to a certain extent. So he is giving the example of Jalapakshi. The moment net is removed, the bird flies back to the original state. Similarly, when the pranayama is stopped, mind will come back. That means it's a temporary solution. But still, that also is good. In the next shloka, let us see what he says in the 12th shloka. Chittavayavashchitkriya-yuta shakayordvayi shakti mulaka. We wonder how mind and breath are connected to each other. How are they connected? You are saying that if you control your breath, you can control the mind. What is the connection between these two? So he is explaining here, Shakayordvayi Shakti Mulaka. Shakti, Prakriti or Maya is the Mula, is the base or the seed or the root for a tree. From Maya, Panchabhutas have come. This we have seen in Tattva Bodha. So let us not go deeper into that topic now. Maya or Prakriti has 3 gunas. Sattva, Raja, Tama. These pancha, that is 5 Mahabhutas have come from Mother Prakriti or Maya. So all these Panchabhutas also have Sattva, Raja, Tama. These 3 gunas. Now he says, Shakayordvayi. There are 2 branches. There is a huge tree. The base or the seed or the root of the tree is Maya or Prakriti or Shakti. And the trunk of the tree, the main stem or the trunk of the tree is Panchamahabhutas. From the trunk, there are two branches emerging. One branch is mana, another branch is prana. From the Sattva Guna part of Panchamahabhutas, manas is the branch. From the Rajoguna part of Panchamahabhutas, prana is the branch. So two branches, one is manas or the mind, the other branch is prana. I hope it is clear. The base is Prakriti or Maya or Shakti. The trunk is Panchamahabhutas. And from this trunk, two branches are there for the tree. One is Manas, another is Prana. Prana is gross. Manas is subtle. Prana is gross, means sthula. Manas is subtle, means sukshma. Controlling something which is sukshma or subtle is very, very difficult. Whereas controlling something which is gross or sthula is much easier. Now assume that I am trying to pluck a flower for my puja. From the plant in my garden, I am trying to pluck a flower. The flower is in one branch of the plant which is at a higher level. I am not able to reach that level. But there is another branch which is connected to that branch which I am able to reach. So what can I do? I can reach the branch which is reachable and I will simply pull that down so that the other branch which is connected to this branch also comes down. Then I can easily pluck that flower. This is what we do when we have to pluck some flower or fruit. If I am not able to reach to that level, I simply pull down another branch which is connected to that branch so that that flower branch also comes down. Now I can pluck it easily, isn't it? The same concept is used here also. Two branches are there for this tree. The branch called prana is easier to catch hold of. By catching hold of this particular prana branch, I can bend that branch which is manas. I can control the branch called manas by controlling the branch called prana. I hope it is clear. Two branches are there, manas and prana. Prana branch is easier to access because it is gross, sthula. Manas branch is difficult to access because it is very subtle. But if we know that by controlling prana, I can control manas also, then definitely this is the easier method. There are many ways. One of the methods is with the help of pranayama. So he says here, chitta vayu. Chitta is manas, vayu is prana. Chitta kriya yuta. Chit and kriya. Chit here is that sat. Sat is Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Kriya, he said, that is from the Rajoguna, Kriya Shakti. Prana is Kriya Shakti. Manas is Ichha Shakti and Jnana Shakti. So we need these three. Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti, all are needed. Then he says, Shakayor Dvayi Shakti Mulaka. This is how they both are connected. Both prana and mind are two branches of one tree whose root or seed, Mula, is Shakti. That is Maya, or the other word that we use is Prakriti. So instead of directly trying to control the mind, we can try through pranayama. Even though it is temporary, Temporary solution, permanently it is not happening. Just by doing pranayama, permanent control of the mind is not happening. Can we do pranayama throughout 24 hours? We may be able to do it for a few minutes a day. But at least for those few minutes, because of pranayama, one branch is pulled, the other branch also is coming down. The other branch is mind. So this mind also becomes quiet, at least temporarily. Otherwise, 24 hours it keeps on jumping. Like monkey. What type of monkey? Drunken monkey. Not only drunken monkey, scorpion bitten. A drunken monkey to which a scorpion has bitten. How it will be jumping from one branch to another branch? In the same way, mind keeps on jumping from one topic to another topic. Topic is the world. So if our aim is moksha, so many preparatory systems that we have to follow. It cannot fall on from the tree. Just like that it will not fall. We have to work hard for it. We have to put all our efforts. Karma yoga, upasana yoga, ashtanga yoga. May not be the other different angas, we don't know anything about them. Maharshi has not talked about the other angas of ashtanga yoga, yama, niyama, all these are there. But he has not talked about all of those. He has talked about vayurodha. That is control, breathing. The breath control. We call this as pranayama. Prana, ayama. Ayama is regulating the prana. So whenever time permits, probably even while watching TV, we are not able to focus on the breath, we are focusing on the TV serial. At least pranayama can go on. It may help us to quieten the mind. So let us try to do pranayama, that is deep breathing, inhalation and exhalation, in between, if possible, pausing for some time. Then, if possible, focus should be on the breath. If possible, if you are watching TV, okay, at least let pranayama go on. So whenever time permits, we can do this pranayama. The best is focus on the breath if possible. If time permits, do pranayama. And if possible, focus on the breath. Then mind comes to our control. So says Bhagavan. We all trust his words. Till today we have not tried at all. Let us try this, which is grosser. Pranayama is grosser than controlling the mind. That is why he says they both are connected. Don't think that how are they connected? Now he says these are the two branches of a single tree. So pull one branch which is nearer to us and bring the other branch also closer to us. So why not we try this? So here ends the Ashtanga Yoga Marga, and the next one from 13th onwards it is Jnana Yoga, but the first three shlokas 13, 14, 15 are introduction to Jnana Yoga. Then he elaborates. The 15 shlokas are reserved for Jnana Yoga. We may find it a little tough, but we have already studied Tattva Bodha, so the concept is known to us. May not be very clear, but at least it is not anything new to us. So let us pray to Arunachala Shiva and Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi to lead us in this path, which is the best path according to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल 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 नमो रमणाय नमो रमणाय नमो रमणाय नमो 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 ओम श्री राम जय जय राम 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 ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम शांति शांति शांतिः लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु हरि ओम।